Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Prediction Center here on Three-Sided Box. This week covering the NFL once again, week 6 this time. Here with Michael, David. So let's start off right away with the Thursday nighter. Atlanta Falcons visiting the New Orleans Saints. What do you guys got?
Saints just lost to my team this week. They had a big win the week before. They come in overtime.
Yeah, against the riddled with injury Cowboys.
Falcons are on a ridiculous high.
Yeah.
They're playing really well. Julio Jones, I think he's going to play.
I think he's high on something.
Yeah.
Something's doing something there.
So I think Falcons take it.
All right. I tend to agree. It's a division matchup. Falcons seem to be runaway favorites in that division at this point.
Yeah.
If not the Carolina Panthers, but I think the Falcons have the secret weapon in Julio. I'm going to go with the Falcons on this one.
Yeah, I got the Falcons.
I'm going to say it's going to be close just because Thursday night prime time.
Yeah, look, Drew Brees is a great quarterback no matter what. So
at the Superdome.
Colson's out.
Yeah.
So maybe not.
Maybe not, yeah.
So I guess we'll have to see what happens.
Falcons.
Yeah.
Next game.
Alrighty, so the first matchup of the Sunday schedule is the Redskins visiting the New York Jets.
Mm-hmm.
What do you got?
Because of my belief that you can't name your team something racist.
I think they've been outlawed in California, the name?
I believe so, yeah. Either way, the Jets defense is good. It's not the best. They choked against the Eagles. But they had a big win against Miami in the Great Britain. And I'm going to go with the Jets taking it over the Redskins in New York. They're going to have a good homecoming.
Yep.
Yeah, I think so. I think the Jets are going to play lights out, but like you said, the Redskins, you never know when they're going to play well. Whenever you expect them to lose really hard, they end up winning. And whenever you expect them to be competitive in a game and possibly win, they get blown out. So you never know, but I'm going to go with the Jets.
Yeah, I think Jets across the board for all of us. Redskins, you never know. It's an NFC East team, so you know they go win some games, they lose other ones. You never know, but Jets did play well against the Dolphins after they sort of mucked it up against my Eagles. So I think they said homecoming back in New York.
Yeah, and that Eagles game was really just a bunch of errors. I mean, it wasn't really a bad game. It's just some unfortunate. I mean, Brandon Marshall just throwing the ball. You're not quarterback.
I'll take it. But
all right, so it looks like Jets across the board for this one. Next game. All right, the next game is between the St. Louis Cardinals.
St. Louis.
Arizona. Sorry, my St. Louis Cardinals were just eliminated. I haven't gotten over that yet.
Go Cubs.
Arizona Cardinals versus the Pittsburgh Steelers in Pittsburgh. What's happening?
Cards all the way. They're too good on defense, and
I don't think he made up his mind.
No.
No, it's because the Steelers last game they won in a really surprising fashion. I wasn't expecting that. Wildcat.
Very cool.
Yeah, it was really good and very good play calling from Big Ben actually.
Mm-hmm.
And but I still think the Cardinals come on top. Their defense is too good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Cards too. They played a good game against Detroit. Didn't start off too well, but they ended pretty strongly. Vic played really well. Roethlisberger was calling the plays, but Vic, I mean, with his feet at the end and everything, I mean, that's the Michael Vick I know and love.
Mm.
But I don't think they have enough, so Cards D is just too much, so Cards.
I'm going to go with the Cards for their O, just because they can light it up. And Pittsburgh's defense is good, but not phenomenal. Mm-hmm. And they let in some weak touchdowns against the Chargers. And personally, I think Bruce Arians is kind of sour after he had a kind of embarrassing defeat a couple weeks back. And he doesn't want his team to do that again, especially not to a team that doesn't have its starting quarterback.
Yeah.
Arizona Cardinals win this game. Next
up, Chiefs at Minnesota to face off against the Vikings.
Yeah.
What do you got?
Well, first of all, this is a much more respectable name if you're paying homage to Indians, okay? Or Native Americans, as it were, than the Redskins. But that being said, the Chiefs are missing Jamal Charles, so their ground control is not reaching Major Tom, and their air game, Alex Smith is just one of those guys that You hope he does well, but it doesn't work. Vikings playing surprisingly well, playing good football, and Adrian Peterson is proving that he's ageless. So and even with a year off, he can still totally do everything he did a couple years back. So I'm gonna go Vikings. They're at home. Taking the Vikings.
Oh, Michael.
Yeah, I was gonna pick the Vikings. I think if Jamal was there, I'd be thinking about the Chiefs a little bit, but I really have not been impressed. I think they're 1-4 this season. I know they played some tough competition, but still, 1-4 is it's not too good, and I don't think that they're confident in themselves. So I'm gonna pick the Vikings.
I'm gonna pick the Chiefs. I'm gonna go against the grain on this one. Yeah, they did lose Jamal Charles, which is, if not the biggest piece, is the piece of the offense. But they still got Jeremy Maclin. They got the offensive guru of Andy Reid. I think they're due for a win. Vikings have shown flashes, but they haven't been consistent. And I don't know. I got a feeling the Chiefs are going to take it. It's more of a whim.
I will give you this. The whim that I'm feeling is that now that Charles is out, they might actually pass the ball to some people.
They got a bad quarterback, so...
It was a first overall pick.
Mediocre quarterback. Just
a poor performing quarterback.
Yeah, exactly. And they have Kelsey too. He's a really good tight end. So you never know what they could do in offense. It's kind of like a wild card.
Yeah. So
see what happens. Next game. Next game is the Cincinnati Bengals paying visit to the Buffalo Bills. Tough game to call. Who do you guys have?
I think the Bengals got this. They. I think that. And I'm still a bit skeptical, but I think they got over the hump, I guess you could say, of the typical Bengals. They beat a really quality opponent in Seattle, and Seattle's coming off a big win too. So I don't know, and they came back in that game too. I don't know. I'm really feeling the Bengals, and I think that they're not only gonna win this game, but they might also end up. Going to the big dance, the Super Bowl.
Big show.
The show, I don't know. It's I'm picking the Bengals though.
All right. What do you think, Dave?
It is a tough one to call, but the Bills mucked it up last week. I think.
Polite way of putting it.
Yeah, and the Bengals are riding hot, and it's that time of year again where in Buffalo they forget how to play football. Usually around the 6th, 7th game of the year, they usually forget what's going on. I'm giving the win. Maybe in easy, maybe not blowout fashion, but easy 2 to 3 score win to the Bengals.
I think likewise to what you said, the Bengals are just absolutely on fire. I think they're almost like the default pick in this situation because a lot of people are very confident in them all of a sudden. But they proved against Seattle that they can play against a very capable defense. Dalton seems to be a man possessed this year. And I think Rex Ryan's hype has died down, and his team is starting to realize that we're the same Buffalo Bills plus Shady McCoy. So
out.
Yeah, plus Tyrod Taylor, who's not really an elite quarterback. He's had good games, but inconsistent again. Yeah. So that being said, the Bengals are a very capable team. Their defense is very underrated and underappreciated, but. My God, they just seem to be showing up. Everything's going their way.
It's a different.
It's a different Bengals team.
Exactly, it's a different team.
So I'm going Bengals too. Tiger Stripes. Next game.
Alrighty, so next up, the city of Chicago and their Bears are in the city of Detroit to face the Lions.
All right. 2 large feral animals. You got Chirac versus Detroit. 2 rundown places. Chicago less so. I mean, it's a bustling metropolis. Detroit has kind of seen better days. Yeah. But as far as the football teams, both are burning tire fire. So this is a tough one because the Lions have a capable team. I mean, you look at all the pieces, and it's kind of like a Dolphins syndrome going on. You think, how could they have this QB and that receiver and the running backs, and it's just they're not making it happen. The Bears. Everybody wrote off, and they've had some pretty good games this season.
They're not who we thought they were.
Yeah, they're not who we thought they were.
3rd week in a row.
So, that being said, I don't like the Bears pulling off 2 consecutive wins, so I'm going Detroit.
3.
3 straight wins?
Yeah.
Not happening. Not happening. Lions, it can't be. God doesn't want it. What do you think, Mike?
I think the Lions are just a team that's destined to just like screw up somehow. Like something will go wrong. Like this is like the Lions are just a better team than the Bears, but just things are going wrong this season. Like their old line's not blocking. Stafford's being an idiot. I don't know. I feel after I saw the Bears come back against Kansas City, even though Jamal Charles is out, I'm not gonna go against them again. I'm picking the Bears.
Dave?
Yeah, look, the city of Chicago is riding on a high. My Cubs beat his Cardinals, which is crazy. First time in how many years since they've gone to the NLCS.
Yeah, let's see how long it takes to forget that.
Look, the Blackhawks are always going to be the Blackhawks. They're just great. So the Bears have won 2 games versus a division that is surprising people. The Raiders are winning games. The Chiefs, for some reason, are losing games. But
Chargers losing games.
So the Bears are playing well, and the Lions suck. Megatron is getting old.
More like regular Tron.
Yeah, exactly. Stafford is... I don't understand. This guy just throws picks like they're nothing.
Yeah.
It's a joke. He should play for the other team.
He's the new Cutler.
Abdullah, I feel so bad for that guy because he's a really good running back on a terrible offense, terrible
Their O-line is just terrible. It's
so
awful.
It's in Detroit, but I don't think that matters. I think John Fox, look, he's had proven teams in the past, but he's winning some close games now. Jay Cutler seems to be playing pretty well. Forte's playing well. So I'm giving it to the Bears. I think they take it in maybe even easy fashion.
All right. See what happens. Next game. Ladies and gentlemen, it's that time again for the Irrelevant Bowl. Here we have the Denver Broncos visiting the pretty boring state of Cleveland. Ohio. Geography and such. To play the Browns. The Browns have been inconsistent for a long time. Consistent at losing.
Yeah,
but I mean, this year it's just I don't know who's starting at quarterback. I don't know who's playing, who's injured. I don't know if they won, lost. I'm assuming they lost. No, they actually won last week against the Ravens.
Yeah, they did.
So the Browns beat the Ravens. The Broncos have been playing a lot of really close, very, very narrow margin games. Their defense is showing up. Manning hasn't really broken out of his shell, I don't think, this season. I think that happens against the Browns. I go Broncos. What do you guys think?
Yeah, 100% agree. I was just about to say the exact same thing. I think Manning has his first breakout game of the year this week against Cleveland. Browns suck in this orange, blue, and brown roll.
I mean, ever since they changed their logo, I mean, things have been totally different.
It's
I mean, the hue of orange is affecting their
crazy,
vision,
yeah.
I think.
I don't even know what to say anymore, but Broncos.
Yeah, I got the Broncos.
Yeah.
I know firsthand how...
He's wearing orange, so...
Yeah. Traitor.
Anyways. Yeah, I know firsthand how good their defense is. I saw last week as a Raider fan, but I know how inconsistent, I guess, their offense could be and how their running game is not where it's supposed to be. So I'm still taking the Broncos, don't get me wrong, but I don't know if Peyton's going to break out. I still think their defense is going to come up big and just shut down the Browns' offense.
Hoping Peyton has another 7-touchdown performance against the Browns. We'll see what happens. Next game.
Round 2 of the Irrelevant Bowl. 2 games in a row in your division.
Yep.
The Texans are at the Jags.
I'm proud to say that I know both teams very well. The Jaguars are perennial losers. They can draft all they want. Fun fact, the Jaguars had a chance, I think it was the Jaguars, had a chance to have Rob Gronkowski. Might have been the Raiders, might have been the Jaguars that traded with the New England for those picks. If not, it was Julian Edelman. So either way, nice job.
I don't think it was the Raiders. I know Raiders have done some stupid stuff, but I don't think...
The Raiders were involved in one of those trades to trade up the pick. I think it was the Jaguars, though, for Gronkowski. But anyway, that being said, they drop the ball all the time. Texans are in a real funk. They are just blowing it completely. Never before has the lack of quarterback been shown better than in this case. But that being said, Arian Foster had a really good game against the Colts. Really good game. A scary game. and the Jaguars are just underperforming. I think Texans avenged their loss last week to the Colts, and they do it in good fashion. They've had a week and a half to prepare for this game, so I'm taking Texans.
Yeah, Texans too. I think that just as simple as the Jags suck.
Mm-hmm.
They, like you said, they get drafted where they want. They signed Thomas from Denver.
Yeah.
I don't even know if he's played yet. That's how much I don't care.
I think he's playing this week.
You know, it's. I don't think it's gonna matter. Bortles has shown he could be a decent quarterback, but the rest of the team is in so much shambles that
it's not clear.
Yeah, exactly. So Texans have pieces in place to build something, you know, at least competitive.
Presentable.
Yeah, but quarterback is a joke. But I think they have enough to beat the Jags. So Texans.
Mike?
Yeah, I got Texans. Even though Bill O'Brien's like, 1 week he's like, we're going to start Ryan Mallett, next week we're starting Brian Hoyer, then starting Ryan Mallett, then Hoyer, then Mallett, then Hoyer. It's just going to go like that till...
He's mixing up the Brian and Ryan. Yeah, he keeps adding a B and what he forgets.
Yeah. So I'm still like really skeptical about their passing game, but they're, like you said, if they're in Foster, their run game's pretty solid. So I'll give the edge to the Texans.
In a rare turn of events, this happens once every, I think, 4th lunar equinox, we get 3 consecutive irrelevant bowls. This one is between the god-awful and unreliable Miami Dolphins visiting the pretty bad Tennessee Titans. Who you guys got?
Look, the Dolphins are complete crap.
Yeah.
I think it's not even fair how bad. Like, I feel bad for Dolphins.
I'm not surprised. When a dolphin leaves water, they can't breathe. How do you want them to play football?
That's true. But they are pretty intelligent animals.
Supposedly.
So, but Titans are the parents of the mighty Olympians of ancient Greece.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they're way more intelligent than any dolphin could ever be. And more powerful. I think Mariota has a great game. Titans win.
These analogies are just going further and further away from football. But they apply, because at the end of the day, the Dolphins are a burning tire fire. They got their butts handed to them in the UK. The week before that, they got smashed again. They're not a good team.
They fired their coach this week.
Regis Philbin. Or Joe Philbin might have been. I'm sure he'll find work in the morning show or something.
Wants to be a millionaire.
Yeah, something like that. Who wants to be an NFL coach? That's going to be his future. Titans, I think, are going to have a decent game. It's going to be close, I think, because the Titans are still pretty juvenile in general. They're not 100% mature, but they can win a game. And if any time to win a game comes, it's this time, and I take the Titans.
I think you guys covered it all. I think I'm gonna pick Titans.
All right.
Did the Titans play the Jags yet?
Not sure.
So the first 4:00 game of the Sunday schedule is the Panthers in Seattle to face the Seahawks.
Mm-hmm.
What do you have?
I don't think that happens twice. Bengals are a really good team, and it came really down to the wire. And Cam Chancellor was doing his job all game, but just some freak catches. That last catch, not the last catch of the game, but on the last drive, there was an insane catch by, I don't even remember who it was.
Eifert?
He just incredible catch, totally covered. So you know what? That doesn't happen. The game goes a different way. So I think Seahawks will have a good time coming back home and winning a game that they need.
Michael?
Yeah, I'm going Seahawks. I just don't think the Panthers could win in Seattle. Maybe if it was in Carolina,
there would be maybe a chance.
Yeah, pretty strong chance. Panthers are playing pretty good football, and their defense is pretty solid, but I think Seahawks got this.
The Panthers, in my opinion, are the most overrated team this season. They're winning games, but they're winning a lot of easy ones, and they don't have what's his face, the receiver.
Kelvin Benjamin.
Kelvin Benjamin. They don't have, and look, let's be honest. Cam Newton, this guy has a unique skill set, but I mean, he's not putting up
Tom Brady.
No, he's not putting up numbers where you're like, oh my god. Their running back situation is okay. Their defense is playing well, but it's not amazing. And on the other side, like you said, that one catch could have changed the whole outcome of the game. Cam Chancellor, just either pay the guy or trade him to Philly.
Yeah,
I just want him
we'll
on
take
my
him.
team.
We'll pay him whatever he wants.
Like, we'll give you whoever the hell you want for him.
Bring him to Oakland. We need a safety. Charles
No.
Wilson's getting old.
You need a whole. And he's straight for the whole Seahawks team.
Yeah.
He fits the Raider mantra.
Anyways, so
I think it's Seahawks across the
yeah,
board.
Seahawks win this.
But a fun fact, I'd like to see the odds on the Seahawks getting beaten twice by teams modeled after large cats. I'd like to see the odds on that. But anyway, we're going Seahawks for now. Let's see what happens. Next game. Ladies and gentlemen, next game. The San Diego Chargers visiting frigid Lambeau Field in autumn.
Where it's always -40, even in July.
Yeah, they engineered it that way. It's something with the wind. Who do you guys got?
I think the Packers take it. The Chargers have been a huge disappointment this year. I don't know what's wrong with them. It's nothing's clicking with what they're trying to do. Packers are on a high. They're in Lambeau.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I said, it's -40 in the middle of July. It always seems to be cold there. So yeah, Packers win.
Alright, I got 2 words. Offense, defense. Packers.
That's 3 words.
That's
I went to public school.
Did we go to high school together?
Packers take this. I'm never gonna pick the Chargers ever again. I'm fed up with you guys.
I rarely pick teams over Packers anyway. So
Yeah.
So let's go Packers. Let's see what happens next game.
So the rematch of Super Bowl 47, not in New Orleans this time. It's in San Francisco.
Lights will be shining bright.
Yeah, well, they were actually complaining that Levi's Stadium is blinding pilots. So maybe not. We don't know.
Blinding pilots.
Yeah, they think it's the runway or something. Something stupid. For San Jose's airport, not even their airport.
Wow.
Yeah, something crazy like that. Don't quote me on it. I'm not 100%, but I'm pretty sure. So yeah, who do you guys got?
All right. Well, Ravens are pretty terrible this season.
Yeah.
The Niners are also pretty terrible. For a quarterback to call a timeout when he didn't have to shows that he's just not an elite quarterback. He's not truly professional. He's not a guy who gets the game, senses the game, prepares properly. Any good quarterback would prepare to know that's the play clock and that's the time left in the quarter. So that being said, I'm giving Joe Flacco a solid on this week. I'm gonna pick the Ravens, going to San Francisco and lay a smackdown on the San Francisco 49ers, WrestleMania 31 style. What do you guys think?
Michael?
Well, the Ravens, you've disappointed me this year.
Yes.
You broke my heart. I thought you guys were going to come out and just
win the Super Bowl.
win the Super Bowl, okay? Like, you guys are just pissing me off, man, but I'm going to pick you one more time. Please don't break my heart. Go Ravens.
Yeah, it's really funny because when they lost again this week, I was telling myself I'm never picking the Ravens again. Like, we all picked them to at least be in the Super Bowl. I don't know what we were thinking. We were clearly on some really bad drugs, and they're disappointed. But they're playing the Niners, and I mean they've been maybe even more of a disappointment because they all even that Super Bowl, the Niners were expected to win it. They did have the better team on paper.
Yeah.
So the lights won't be a problem hopefully this time.
Yeah.
But I still think the same outcome. Niners take an early lead, but Ravens ultimately come out on top with a W. So this is your last chance for all of us. Yeah. Ravens either win it or don't bother playing football anymore.
All right, let's move on to the primetime games.
Alrighty, so the Sunday nighter this week is the Pats in Indianapolis to face this guy's Colts. He can't talk again because of our rule. Michael is actually lucky this week. His Raiders are on a bye, so he's allowed to talk for all of them. So, Michael, who do you have for this one?
I think it's pretty easy. I think the Pats come out on top. Colts just don't have defense, and it's going to be the same problem as the years before, where they could not stop the run, whether it's Blunt, Jonas Gray, or maybe this year Dion Lewis. Who knows? It's going to be the same problem. I hope it's a different outcome for his sake and for the Colts, just to make it a game, but I just don't think so. And even when they do pass, I don't know how they're going to defend Gronk and Edelman. So I think it's pretty easy pick. Pats all the way.
Yeah, I like the Colts. You know, he's my boy. He's It's his team, but look, Andrew Luck, even if he plays, he's obviously not going to be 100% because they would have, announced he's starting by now. And Patriots, they're on a high. They're crazy. They're really good. I feel bad saying this in front of you, but I think Pats take it easily.
It's fine. It's fine.
So, now the next game is my turn to shut up.
Ugh.
On to the next one.
Last game of the week, the Monday Nighter. Division matchup. The New York Football Giants versus David's Philadelphia Eagles. David cannot talk, as I was not able to talk. So me and Michael will discuss our picks for this game. Mike, who you got?
It's really. I was really contemplating who to pick, but I'm going with the Eagles. Fly Eagles fly, and I think it's just the Giants. I don't know what's going on with them. They're kind of like the Redskins. You just expect them to lose and they win, and then when you expect them to win, they lose. It's so weird. But I just don't know. I'm picking the Eagles, but just because they have more talent. But you never know. Chip Kelly might come up with a stupid game plan.
But look, just I'm not making a pick, but just maybe to influence yours a little bit. Last year, Eagles played Giants on Sunday nights. We were back in black.
Mm-hmm.
Victor Cruz went injured. This year, Monday Nighter, we're back in black again. That's all I'm going to say. So I'm not saying we're going to win.
I was thinking, because I'm not a big fan of picking the Eagles anymore, because Chip Kelly doesn't do it for me. But I have to say this. The Giants have been primetime players this year. But, that being said, Coughlin hasn't been mad at his team in a while. And we all know he likes to have weeks where his team fails and he just has a bad interview and it's funny. The Eagles are at home. That being said, the home team has not had great success in Monday Night Football games so far. At least last week in Pittsburgh, in San Diego. So, you know what? I'm going to go with Mike on this one, Eagles. That way, if they win, I'm right. And if they lose, I get to see David get angry and blame us. So that's been week 6 NFL picks. Let's see what happens next week when we return for another week of NFL Prediction Center. We'll let you know our records before the video, and hopefully I can get a winning record sometime soon. We'll see you next time, guys.